Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are watching The Truth Ain't in Us. I'm your host, Tanya Wilder, and I'm joined by my beautiful and bold co-host, Teresa Dotson. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Tanya. What's going on?
Ain't nobody else here?
I'm
No,
sorry.
what's going on?
Hi, Tree. Beautiful Tree, how are you?
Oh my God. Damn.
Excuse me. Love you. Well, you now disappeared. Come back. Join us.
I can see now y'all gonna be treating me just the same. It's fine.
No.
I'm the producer.
Yes,
I don't know.
Our wonderful executive producer. Let's give her a big hand. Yay!
Tanya, you the executive producer. I'm just the senior. You the money makers. You and Teresa. How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Great. I had a very long day that started at I'm going to say 6 o'clock.
Same here.
And I had to go to Douglasville. And if you live in Atlanta, and where I live out in Rockdale County, so I'm going from one end to the next, and there was a car accident on the way back. So I was stuck in traffic before I even got to Atlanta for like 45 minutes.
Well, didn't nobody tell you to move out to the woods? She live in the woods, y'all.
And I'm in the woods on the opposite end on the south side in Fayetteville. And today was one of those days I wish I had a helicopter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can we invest in a helicopter so we can just zip in, zip out rooftops?
Yes.
I like it.
And I don't like Elon Musk, but if he makes one of those flying cars, I'm definitely going to have to invest in that.
Okay.
Didn't y'all think we would be doing that by now? Like,
because if you grew up with the Jetsons, you would have thought by now we would be there. We would be there, but we can wait on the car, but I will not be purchasing from Musk.
What is that?
What are you guys drinking? I'm drinking
water.
I have beer and
don't worry, I'm trying to get my intake in.
I like beer in my wine glass, So
you can start a thing. I bet other people do that
because it looks like wine.
Well, doesn't it make you feel more something to like hold a wine glass versus
water?
Beer bottle.
Drink out of a bottle.
No, you could put water
for that.
Yeah, like
Tanya, what's your favorite beer?
I don't have it used to be Budweiser, right? But
I'm glad you graduated.
Yeah, so now I can drink any beer now. I can drink any beer. So I'm drinking Michelob Light tonight.
Okay. Teresa, what beer do you recommend? And I don't like beer.
Ooh, well, I'm not a beer drinker anymore, but if I were to recommend, I would say a stout. There's a I'm trying to think of the name of it, but I want to say it's Morning Stout, and it has a coffee.
Oh hell no!
It has a coffee chocolate type of feel to it, and when it's ice cold, it's a beautiful thing.
No. And I don't have a beer belly, so
Lord have mercy. We're gonna start getting up. You're gonna get in trouble. All that fussing and carrying on. Okay.
Oh my God. But girl, do it. I mean, I don't know a lot of females that really drink beer, but I do have a little crew that enjoys beer, and we've done beer tastings and that type of thing. So we'll have to get you on to that.
No. Because see, when I do the crab roll, I gotta have a beer.
Well, that's an exception for me. Yes,
Yeah,
an ice cold beer is the only thing that
yeah,
goes with a low country crab. I
exactly.
totally, I totally agree.
I don't know
I'll
about
drink a
you.
beer with you.
Is that a Carolina thing? Where y'all from? What are we? What's happening right here? Who are we? What is this? Sonya? Just
Yes, we're
randoms
from
talking?
we're
We
we're
are
from the
the
low country. Yes, Charleston, South Carolina, James
yes,
Island to be exact.
yes. So most people say Charleston, but we're Charleston County, James Island. So we're part of Charleston County. We're actually from a real island. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
dressed for it. I'm dressed
Yes,
for
you
oh
the
yes,
are.
you
island.
are. You need to go
Yep.
out there to Mosquito Beach
Yep.
and enjoy yourself.
So
Well,
hats off to Chucktown.
when I
Yeah.
said what are we here for, I wanted to talk about what is this? What's going on right now?
Well, we're speaking the truth. It's the truth ain't in us. And we have a great show lined up for tonight. And the topic of our show actually is White in America, the passes you didn't earn.
What does
Now,
that mean?
Period.
what does it mean? White privilege at its finest.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if any of you have experienced that on a job, courtroom, colleges, you know, anywhere basically. But I know for me, definitely working in corporate America, definitely the good old boys club.
Good old boys club,
And
and
how do
that's
they even handle someone like with your personality? Like, no,
Well,
I'm seriously.
first
I
and
know.
foremost, because I am a truth teller. I've always been a truth teller. I've always kept it 100. Um, I think when what was it? COVID happened and we were able to put masks on our face, that really helped me a lot because people weren't able to see my damn expression. Because really, I cannot hide my expression.
And it was a
And,
muzzle.
so I think that helped me a lot because my facial expression sometimes says it all.
Yep.
Okay. And so for me, being a truth teller and always wanting to do what's right, I had a boss that always told me, he was like, T, you got to play the game. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking game player.
Ooh.
I don't play games. If
Mm.
I can't be judged on the job I do, my merits, my performance, because I worked in sales and I was always the number one performer on the team, by the way. And being the top earner, I don't see why it is I have to play a game to get ahead. You know,
Mm.
Well, Teresa, I mean,
Tanya.
yeah, because you go.
Yeah, because that's just the reality.
not mine.
Corporate America, the political arena, you could
Mhm.
in any arena actually you're gonna have to play some type of game. And it's just a matter of how well you want to do it
Mhm.
and whether you're gonna keep your moral compass intact. So some people can play the game and not have that crab barrel effect where we're pulling each other down and trying to make each other, stepping on someone to get ahead. You
Hmm.
can play the game without doing all that. And I've done it for years. I feel like I sleep well at night because I play the game to a certain extent. I feel like I still speak my truth, but I don't take it too far to where the radar is on me. Because doggone well, each one of them have a file on you and they ready for an excuse
Well,
to
I would
pull you
say this.
down.
I will say this. That same boss who kept telling me about playing the game because I
Mm-hmm.
was promoted to management and he was upper management and he was playing the game with the good old boys.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the day, they demoted him
Oh,
because for whatever reason, he thought these were his friends. He thought he was on playing levels. He was their equal. And his boss told him, no, we're not friends. You're
Well,
not
see,
on my equal.
well, see, Tom, his mistake. He didn't play the game well.
Oh, he played it well. Trust me, he did.
Was he a Blanco or African American?
He was African American, and the higher he got in the company, that, I mean, you could go to the top. We had a VP that came in, black man, only lasted a year because why? He tried to change. He tried to bring change, and they got his ass out the door. So,
but that's what you're saying, Teresa.
Yeah. So from what I see when it comes to playing the game, sometimes it doesn't get you anywhere. So for me, I didn't mind just staying at management level because I made a lot of money. So I was fine where I was. And going to the top for me at that company, that wasn't going to be it because I wasn't about to bow down, especially as a Black woman, where me as a Black woman, and I'm number 2 in the company with my team. And you're going to these white boys who actually, they're not even making their goal for the month. But you're going to them and asking them for advice on what? You should be coming to me. Like, hey, what are you doing? Because every month your team is number 1 and our number 2 in the country, but number 1 within the region. So what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? They're not coming to me. They're looking over me and what success I'm bringing to the team to go to somebody else who's not even meeting the what.
And Tanya, I think that's part of playing the game. So it depends on how well you're playing the game. And I don't always see it as a negative. If you find an even ground where you can be a chameleon, where you can perform, you can speak your truth, but you get respect, that's still playing the game, but it doesn't have a negative overtone to it.
Well, you're watching The Truth Ain't in Us. Tanya Wilder, Teresa Johnson. I'm the producer of the show. I don't work for nobody, and I don't think I can go back into those spaces. When I was in those spaces, I probably had more of a Tanya spirit, and there's nothing wrong with either. But now I don't give a fuck about them Blancos. I don't care about I don't want the president to be the president, but that motherfucker is not stopping my shit. And it is my mindset. It is my decided way of thinking. I don't have a guaranteed check every week, but I got my peace. So, and that's the truth. That's my truth.
Your truth. Yeah.
Fuck these Blancos.
Oh yeah.
Tanya,
and
take us to a break.
We'll be right back. You're watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and we'll be right back.
And when we come back.
And when we come, am I going to segment 2?
Yes, when we come back. So, and I can cut this out. You're watching The Truth Ain't in Us. When we come back, this pissed me off so bad. You said that. So, no, wait.
So, you're watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and we'll be back shortly. And I'm going to tell you right now, we need to talk about something that pissed me the fuck off today.
Oh my Lord. Teresa, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
I don't know. Oh my God.
I can't wait.
We'll be back.
I can't wait.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance,
Why were only Todd and Julie Chrisley pardoned by Trump? Julie Chrisley set 3 traps for the judge that flipped their image from white-collar criminals to victims. The stars of Chrisley Knows Best have spent 2 years behind bars, but a single word from Donald Trump changed everything. They were suddenly free. The news sparked widespread controversy. Why did Trump specifically pardon this couple? And why were Todd and Julie the only ones to receive such a pardon? The real reason may lie in 3 smart moves Julie Chrisley made after realizing she couldn't escape the law. First, after being indicted in August 2019, they immediately reached a settlement in September and paid back the taxes they owed. However, during sentencing, the judge still included tax evasion as part of their punishment, a major detail that many later called unfair. Second, after entering prison in 2023, Julie never stopped appealing her case. Surprisingly, her persistence paid off. In June 2024, her appeal was granted on the basis of a miscalculated sentence. That error redirected blame squarely at the original trial judge. Finally, their daughter launched a relentless media campaign. Through personal podcasts, interviews, and press appearances, she kept her parents' case in the public eye. Her efforts eventually caught Trump's attention, and that changed everything.
So now you're watching The Truth Ain't In Us. I'm Tanya Wilder. I'm here with Teresa Johnson, co-host.
Hello.
And with True Taylor. Tree Taylor. Sorry, Tree.
Who's True Taylor? This lady don't know who I am.
I'm thinking about The Truth Ain't In Us. But now, listen, you see why I'm so pissed.
Wait, right? No, Teresa, this is how you play the game. You don't say anything as long as the check says Katrina Taylor. You don't call me anything, Tanya. Call me anything.
Well, listen, you keep spelling my name wrong.
I fixed that.
No, today you spelled it Tonia. I'm like, okay.
Tonya.
The phone did it. It wasn't me. I hate auto motherfucking wrong, auto incorrect.
So,
what was that video about?
Garbage.
I need you guys to put in the chat below. I mean, if you've ever experienced this at work, job, applying for school, colleges, whatever, go ahead and put that down in the chat.
What was the video that we opened with? Talk about the video.
Well, first and foremost, that's what pissed me the fuck off. Okay, that's white privilege at its finest. These people got time for tax evasion. Okay, and I can remember, who was that? Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes went to jail for tax evasion, and he had to spend every bit of his sentence behind bars. Now I'm starting to wonder, is he going to let Puffy out if he goes to prison?
Ooh, wait, please, Lord, no.
He's going to pardon him next, because I also saw that there's a
guy from Chicago. He let him out today.
So I'm not going to say, listen. It's a lot to swallow. It's a lot to deal with.
But don't you think that they made some kind of agreement, or that they're playing the game? If you,
of course,
this ninja don't do nothing for no reason.
What we can agree on is that they're clowns. Trump is a clown, and they all play at the same circus. So there's a benefit to letting them out. And we may never know why, other than he could.
Oh, we're going to find out, because he doesn't do anything just to do it. It's for a reason. It's for his benefit.
He gonna want his pet. He gonna want his collection time.
Yes,
right.
They have to pay for something at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's gonna want what's his name? What's the dad's name?
Chris.
Todd.
With all that plastic damn surgery.
Yeah, he's gonna make Todd Attorney General next.
Oh,
girl.
So he could steal.
He might.
Hey, what surprises you at this point?
No, you know what? Surprises me. But when are we gonna get some balls to fight back?
Who's we?
Do you think that anybody that you used to work with, Tanya, is finna come up in here and tell the truth? Do you think you could get former coworkers to come in this space?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because today I reached out to a old manager of mine who's a VP for a company. And I asked him to come on the show, and he agrees that there's white privilege, the good old boys club, but he didn't want to risk his job.
Of course.
Okay. And I said to him, so your good ass job means more than talking to the people and trying to change and make a difference. And at the end of the day, you've been wronged in so many ways, even though you're VP now, but you had to, go through certain things to get there. You've had to kiss ass, basically, to get to where you are today, in so many words, because I'm sure you're not going to tell me that you've never, I don't care who you are, what you do, and you're playing the game, you didn't have to shut your damn mouth up sometimes and eat it. You're not going to tell me that. And that, even with you, Teresa, you're not going to sit So me personally, if I feel like something is wrong, and I guess that's why I wouldn't go further than a manager at the company, because I'm definitely not holding my tongue. And I'm going to be respectful at the end of the day. I don't have to use cuss words when I'm dealing with them. I'm going to be very professional, but I'm still going to get my point across, and they may not like it. And if it's something that I don't want to do, I'm not doing it.
So I'd like you to give me a scenario of you tailoring your responses. There's this thing online where people, like, I have a friend that works in corporate. I used to have to call her to tell me how not to be in my feelings when I'm talking to people. So Tanya, if somebody went left on you briefly, I want to hear how you're going to respond in a play the game way. And then I want to hear Teresa.
Well, I can give you a great example.
Okay, go.
I had someone on my team. I got a call one day, and my door was actually open, which the lady called me. She's from the fraud department at the company I work for. And she calls me. She said, hey, this is so-and-so, and I'm calling you about this person on your team. And he was actually sitting right by my door. So he heard the conversation at first. And I'm like, okay, so, explain to me what's going on. So I said, hold on, wait a minute, because the walls are thin. I get up, close the door, and she tells me the fraud that he's doing. And they have an investigator on it too, right?
So these were credit card charges, something like that?
It has nothing to do with credit card charges. He was defrauding the company, him and a client.
Okay.
And
Blanco, or
he was Blanco. He was white.
Okay.
And my general manager was white. So when he got involved, he calls me up and he's like, oh, we can't lose him because he's one of our top producers. He's making $300,000 a year.
There's the privilege.
Yes. And I say to him, well, he's committing fraud. How can we keep him?
Right.
He says, I'm going to fix it.
Ooh. Right. White privilege at its best.
Exactly. And I said, so you're going to fix it? And he said, yes. And so he came back and he told me what he did. And he was like, well, I'm going to write him up. I told them I'm going to write him up. That he never wrote him up. And I'm going to tell you what I did. Every week I asked him about the write-up. Every day. And
so why did he even bother telling you?
They can stand you.
Because he had to. I'm the manager. But he had the power to keep him.
Oh, wow.
And
you're the manager.
And he's my general manager.
Got it.
And so he had the power to keep him. But there was a black guy on another team that did less fraud in my eyes.
That company losing all type of money.
and he was fired. So I say that. So how I handle it, I mean, I was straight up with him. I told him I wasn't with it. I approached him every week about this write-up. And then I finally went to his boss because I felt like, and when I did that, now I become a target.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you went to the boss.
Oh, I went to
I've definitely done that.
I want to go into the VP of the company at the end of the day because I knew I was leaving.
That makes it different. But just out of curiosity, how did the VP react?
Yeah, I want to know too.
The good old boys club.
Yeah, okay.
Teresa.
Nice. But you know what? Okay, I probably wouldn't have handled that any differently. Tanya didn't cuss nobody out. She didn't show her butt. She didn't threaten anybody. Now, I probably would have been prone to be recording it so that I could have on record that I wasn't down for it, so that they would be on record that they were, and this was all about them, because at the end of the day, they always watching and they always need a hangman or hangwoman. So I'm always paranoid to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm recording this so that when they try to make a scapegoat, it can't be me, because I'm on the recording saying don't do it. And they've chosen to do it anyway.
Well, I was sending emails back and forth asking.
Oh, no, it's documented.
And they were answering you?
Yes.
They dumbasses.
Big dummy.
They dummy.
No, he's not dumb.
Dummy.
He feels like he white privilege. He like, what's going to happen? And I heard they promoted him. My general manager, he got promoted.
And see, this is where the truth, you have to make a decision on whether it's worth your job. Now, in your case, you knew you were leaving, so you were okay with any type of consequence. Mm-hmm. I had a situation several years ago, it was probably over a decade ago, where I was a contractor and my coworker was a married employee and he wasn't doing shit. And what he did was wrong. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, the penalty, if this comes to light, could be costly. Let's put it that way. So I had to make a decision. Do I go around this white guy, Blanco guy, and tell his Blanco manager that he's been fucking up and he's giving y'all wrong information? Or do I keep it to myself as a contractor? And I decided that morally, I had to tell it. And I decided that my relationship with the person that I went to was as trustworthy as it could be in corporate America. I felt like she would believe me. She would do her due diligence to investigate, and she would handle it from there. That I wasn't going to be called into no room to confront him or anything of that nature. I put my proof together with many examples of fuck upness and presented it to them and was like, look, if he had sent this out to the broader audience, we could have been charged by the FAA and could have ended up on the news. Let's put it that way. So I decided it was worth it. If they somehow try to make me the fall woman, then so be it. But I was going to be able to sleep at night.
Wow.
Yeah, and here on a different, I'm looking at things a little bit differently, because what do you do when they promote someone with less experience that's white to be your manager? And I come from the sales world, and I can remember one of my other team members, white guy, got promoted, could not sell, but yet he wants to tell them what to do, how to do it. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't make his numbers for his team. So they wind up demoting him again. And then they wind up having to fire him because he could not produce. But the fact of the matter is, y'all promoted this person knowing that he wasn't producing from the start, and made him a manager. So what made you think he was going to produce?
And that happens all the time, Tanya. And sometimes you just got to be patient for things to come to light.
Yeah.
It'll come out. If he's not producing, the numbers don't lie. So sometimes you just got to sit back, watch, pick the right time to say, I told you so, and move on.
Well, you're watching The Truth Ain't in Us. Tanya, when we come back, I want you to tell me what pissed you off about the Chrisleys. And then I'm going to have another video to open the segment. I just want to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
I'm Tree Taylor.
Tanya Wilder.
Teresa Johnson.
And you're watching The Truth Ain't in Us.
Y'all didn't even ask about the little thing at the bottom.
What is it? When we come back from break, the dangers of snowboard. Oh, shit.
Y'all not going to ask me about what snowboard? Don't ask me. That's
yes,
okay.
What is snowboard?
No. We're going to talk about it when we come back. Stay tuned.
Wanderlust, a limited travel series where
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance.
Do y'all remember that black guy, Telvin Osborne, the one that said he would rather be with a dog than a black woman? The same one that was unalived by his white girlfriend after they were arguing the whole way home from the club, and she decided to clean out the gun and accidentally unalived him. That one. Well, a grand jury decided not to pursue charges against her. And a part of me is just sitting here wondering if this is what it must be like when you piss the ancestors off. Like, I wouldn't know. Me personally, I wouldn't know. But I kind of feel like this is what happens when the ancestors don't mess with you. And sometimes I just be wondering how y'all think these situations are going to end. Y'all think somebody is going to feel bad for a black man that was unalived? Hello? They're out there doing the unaliving. But yeah, I just felt like I didn't hear enough people talking about this. And I thought we needed to spin the block to find out how the story ended.
You are watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and another one bites the dust.
Yeah, damn.
I'm just saying, like, I feel nowhere tired.
Come on, James Cleveland. Bust it out. Bust it down, Tanya.
I'm just saying, like, you rather not be with a black, you rather be with a dog than a black woman.
That is
okay.
It's
now,
horrible.
You're 6 feet under. He's 6 feet under in the damn dirt. And
She's free? She's free.
She's not
clearly confused. Clearly confused.
It was an accident. Let me accidentally shoot my damn husband. I'm gonna be 6 feet.
Baby, we like this. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Tanya.
Again,
oh my God.
White privilege at its finest.
Yeah, but you know, these days none of that surprises me though.
Nah, like we gotta even like, okay, truthfully, and I'm on some Zen shit. Like, again, like I just don't. We know this. The program was never designed with you in mind. So when you know that, you make your own shit. What does that mean, Tree? I really don't understand, Teresa and Tanya, why we got back on that damn bus in Birmingham. Racism is a big business. It is a business on both ends to keep this shit going. I don't want to hang out with y'all. You don't want me to be in the boys. Like, I don't understand when we try to, they won't let, I'm not marching. I'm not doing none of that shit. If you don't want me there, I don't want to be there. Fuck
exactly. Them. And I'm going to go back to Jonathan Majors.
Ugh.
So
snowboarder.
But he was trying to get away from this white bitch, right? And she came running behind him, egging him on. She was abusive towards him as well. And yet he gets charged.
Again, his mistake was not recording shit, not calling the police, none of that. He hadn't. Anyway, you gotta protect yourself. But I got a question. What exactly is snowboarding?
Oh, I'm just being silly.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just like, when I say it's risking your life
Okay.
with a white chick.
Okay.
If you're a black man, it's risking. And so what's really interesting, and we don't have a lot of time, I don't want to bring this up, but like, for some reason, when I see a black woman with white men, I don't really feel that way. It's almost like I feel like she did what she had to do.
Okay.
And I live in town and I see it a lot. And
well, I hope he's a wealthy white man.
He is, baby.
Our reparations,
baby.
I want money. If I'm dating,
she riding raw, and she got the boots and the purse to prove it.
At the end of the day, that's the only way. If I was single, I was dating a white man. He had to have the money, because at this point in time, you got to pay to play.
To lay, Tanya. That's what you said.
I said that too.
To play and lay.
Yeah,
I worry about the equipment a lot. Like that. That's why I can't do it.
That part. Yeah.
The equipment. But my friend was like, well, black men have deficits. Yeah, but I got a better chance.
A whole nother podcast show for you.
Yeah, it ain't as likely with a black man.
Yeah,
I ain't watching The Truth Ain't in Us. Y'all ain't ready for this.
Listen, like I stated, that's a whole nother conversation. We're gonna have to bring the other two ladies on here to have that discussion. But I want to get back to the story at hand here, the topic at hand, I should say.
What about this story?
Ooh.
Topic at hand.
Oh my God. Lori and her husband. Okay.
Baby, they said, y'all going to college. The good
USC.
And they tried to clean it up at the end. And, here it is. My son.
Y'all, wait. Y'all refresh the story a little bit. What type of scholarship was that little girl going on?
No.
Rowboating? Something crazy.
Bullshit.
Something crazy.
Yes, but they paid for the SAT scores.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah. They weren't even smart enough to get into the college, but they paid their way. And it wasn't just them. It was a lot of people, white, wealthy people doing that.
That was in
and
on
they probably could care less about the degrees, because at the end of the day, whether they had a degree or not, those folks were going to be well taken care of.
Yeah,
she wanted the experience for her daughters. It wasn't even about getting a degree.
Well, when you got Yale behind you, you can go anywhere and make great money. And they look at all of that as being prestige. That's a conversation piece for them as well.
Yeah, but wasn't it USC?
Mm-hmm.
University of California? It wasn't Yale?
I thought it was Yale.
Somebody was trying to do Harvard. It might have been Felicity.
Yes.
The other lady.
But these two were USC, and they were going on a scholarship.
Rowing.
Rowing.
Yes.
They ain't never been in a boat without a motor.
I didn't even know you could get a scholarship.
And they talk about they gonna get a scholarship for rowing. Okay.
Didn't even know you could get a scholarship for that.
Oh yeah. There's competitive rowing, but my point is they ain't never been in a boat without a motor. So how they gonna row a boat?
Exactly.
Please.
So when we're in this space and y'all say stuff that we don't have all of the information for, I can't do it right now, but I go out and I start looking for stuff.
Proof.
I can't do it.
Yep.
I can't put it up where I want to put it, but I would start
put it in the chat.
It would go in the chat, and then it would
in the banner. Okay.
It will go in the chat, and then I will put the chat up on the screen, but I can't put the chat on the screen when it's not live. So I did it this way. So basically, this helps. I mean, that's one of the things that I do when I'm behind the scenes is like pull that stuff once y'all are talking about it.
That's awesome.
That's a better way. I would put that. That's how it should look.
Okay.
That's good. That's
You
real
can
good.
see that, right, Tanya?
I can. Mm-hmm.
And then I would take that down and put some more up because there's a whole bunch. But yeah, them hoes don't know how to row. They know how to hoe.
You know what, guys? I have to talk about an incident that occurred
Okay.
with my husband, actually, with whitefish. So on his job is this white fish. She's probably in her 30s, and she would be reaching out to him after hours. After hours, not even talking about work. She's talking about her dog, her boyfriend, whatever it is. So,
and seeing rings on fingers.
yes. So he let her know, like, you can't be reaching out to me after hours, especially if it's not about
work related. Yeah.
Yes. And so one night we're laying in bed, and Bart had just fallen asleep, and text message went off. It's 12 o'clock midnight, and she's texting him saying, what you doing?
And sending my wife to your house?
No. So at the end of the day, so he went back and he was like, hey, I thought I told you, you can't be texting me, and especially at what you texting me at midnight for, And on a Saturday, she texted him the same thing, like, oh, what game are you going to, or something. So it got to the point.
What a horny heifer. Okay.
Listen, I text her back one night because she had texted him, and I text her back and I said, hey, haven't my husband asked you to stop fucking texting him? I said, what's your fucking problem? So she goes in and she sends me this long text. Oh, well, I text other co-workers and their wives don't say. I said, I don't give a fuck about nobody else's fucking wife. Okay? At the end of the day, he's told you to stop. Now I'm telling you to stop. So he goes in the next day and tells her, look, don't even speak to me anymore. So now she's offended. She goes to human resource.
And white tears.
Goes to human resource and said, I am harassing her.
Oh, okay.
I don't even work for the company, but you're texting him on his private phone, inappropriate, late at night.
And y'all have proof.
Yes.
Right. How did she get his number? His personal cell?
Well, they don't have a work phone number. So everybody's number is listed. So that's not the point. The point is you have the audacity to go to HR when you're doing all this shit. And here it is in black and white at the end of the day. So their response was, because I'm quite sure if it was Bart harassing her, he would be losing his job.
Right.
They didn't write her up. They were like, well, we're just going to move her desk. So I told Bart, you need to make a note.
He should have filed a harassment charge on her ass.
Yes. I told him, I said, you need to keep all this information and use it against them. Because at the end of the day, you could get her for sexual harassment.
Snowboarders have audacity. And Blancos are born with audacity. And so here's the deal. When we go to other countries, when we go to Africa or the Caribbean countries, they have a lot of audacity too. They know who they are. They know they have a right. But nobody teaches us that. White people come into this world being told that they're better. And and that they can do and be whatever they want. And so I'm not white, but I happen to believe that for myself. And it is like it's an air. It's an air that they carry. I mean, for her to call your husband at midnight.
Text, yes.
Text him.
Yes.
She has no regard for, she believes she can do that.
Yeah, and I'm seeing him telling her, hey, don't do this, don't, like, fuck that. Like, at this point, and I'm like, I would have filed a case against her, period.
Right.
And he told them, I want this documented that she has been harassing me. He didn't do that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, shit, I would have just went and got me a fucking lawyer. I would have lawyered up, and then it'll be a whole different story at the end of the day.
Wow.
Well, you've been watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and this was good. Y'all did good. I'm pleased. We're gonna get off of here and talk about it a little bit. Tanya, what inspired you to create this space? What is your long-term goal for the people of God?
Well, what inspired me to do The Truth Ain't in Us is because I got sick and tired of people being fake. People lying about stuff, can't handle the truth. And like I stated before, I've always been a truth teller. And some people think that I come across abrasive, but it's not me being abrasive. It's just me telling the truth. I have compassion for people, but at the end of the day, if someone is doing something to me that I don't like, I'm going to say something about it. If it's something that's against my morals, I'm going to say something about it. So I'm not one to just sit back and allow somebody to walk all over me and not say anything. And I feel like more people need to be like that.
Teresa,
yes,
what is your hope in this space? Millions of people now tune in to The Truth Ain't in Us. We thank you for watching. Okay, baby, one thing I'm going to do is speak life in this space.
Oh my.
Amen. And pop your shit.
So let me see. What would I like to get out of this? Great conversation, truthful conversation. I thrive off healthy conflict. And I feel like good conversations, great conversations are based on healthy conflict. If we all agree, how boring is that? And how much can we learn if we actually speak our truth, we're honest, and we respect each other for having different opinions? On top of that, honestly, I want to grow from these ladies and the audience. The people around me are doing big things, telling big truths. And if we don't talk about it, how can we grow?
That's good. That's good stuff. Tanya, take us out.
Everybody needs to start walking in their truth, talking their truth, and living their truth, whether good, bad, or indifferent. So you are watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and we are ready to tell the truth.
Bye, y'all.
Bottoms up.